Just wanted to say something. So you got Ezekiel Elliott, right? And people say he's not the best back in the league because he can't catch the ball and run like Todd Gurley or LaDavion Bell. Let me tell you something. If your running back is having to catch the ball 10, 15 times a game, that's not a good thing. Okay? The most important thing for a running back is running the football. That's why you have wide receivers. If you run the ball 25 times a game with your running back and still throw it to him 10, 15 times a game, that means you have no other options on your team. That means he is the only thing keeping your team ticking. If you have to ride one player to do everything, that is not a good thing. I don't know where they get that. Ezekiel Elliott doesn't catch the ball like that because he doesn't have to. He can get 2,000 yards on the ground. You know what I'm saying? And when you're running your running back 25 times a game, you don't want to wear him out by throwing it to him. But if a running back has 100 yards receiving and 1 touchdown, it's better, and he also has 100 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. Now here'll show how much you know about football. Which one do you think's better? If you say they're the same, you don't know anything about football. If your running back runs for 100 yards and catches and runs for a touchdown, that's better because then you can run it and pass it. If your running back caught it for 100 yards and a touchdown, that means you can't pass it. You don't have good enough wide receivers and a quarterback to use them to throw the ball. One man can only get so many yards a game. If every time you hand it to your running back, he ran for a touchdown, and then you also threw it to him and he was running for touchdowns, he would collapse. He would have to come out of the game. That's why a running back has never got more than about 250 yards. Like, that's the record. You can't run for 300-400 yards. You would be too tired. DeMarco Murray tried to do it. When he got, they handed the ball and he ran like 3 long runs in a row. On the 3rd run, he collapsed. He ran about 20, 30 yards and just fell on the ground of exhaustion. You can't run that far. You can't do that much. It shouldn't be up to one person to do that much in one game. You should have other good players. That's not a good sign for LaDavion Bell to have to do everything or Todd Gurley to have to do everything. That means your team sucks. That doesn't mean that he's a better running back. You don't think Ezekiel Elliott could do that if they treated him like Matt Forte and freaking threw it to him 20 times a game and ran him 40 times a game? He could do that. But that would be asking too much of him, you know? That's too much for a running back. So, but people so think that Todd Gurley and LaDavion Bell can do things that Ezekiel Elliott can't do. They start saying, they're two-way backs, and he's not a two-way back. That's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Ezekiel Elliott can do anything that Todd Gurley or LaDavion Bell can do. He can do anything. So anyways, though, that's my little rant. A two-way running back is not a good thing. A running back that shoves it down your throat and runs for over a 100-yard game is a good thing because your receiver should be doing the catching. Otherwise, you don't have good receivers and you don't have a good passing game.